What's up tech, it's Josh here and I'm going over the Smallrig rig that I have for my FX3. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to a channel supporter, MusicBed. Get incredible music for your videos. Sign up with a free account. I use MusicBed for this channel and my professional work at Evergreen Creative Company, link in the description. Over the last few years, I have collected bits and pieces from Smallrig. I've bought some, they've sent some. I just want to go over my setup of the FX3 and all the accessories that I've kind of built in with it, and a handheld rig that just kind of works for me. It's kind of like an in-between. It's a good run and gun kind of setup, but also a setup that you can just set up on a tripod, stuff like that. It's not too heavy. That's the things I look out for. I just want it to be mobile, on the go. I do a lot of run and gun kind of style, but I also set up. So just to kind of depending on the project, depends on what I set up with this. The features that I like the most about this setup is that it's got a rotating left Nato rail handle. Kind of a mouthful, but it's a really cool product. It's brand new, so really cool stuff. A little bit more as we go on. It's also got a hand strap on the other side, so you got really good stability holding the device. I've got Nato adapters on the left side, so I can use that rotating handle. I also have an adapter on the top of the cage so that way I can use another handle for a top handle, which also holds my adapter to be able to have my Ninja 5. So it's like quite a bit of a process, but once you get this thing all put together, it's really nice, and it's actually not too long of a process to put together or disassemble. That's another key factor as well. On the front of the lens, I also have a relatively new product to their lineup, which is their matte box. It's a small matte box, which is great. I have another one. I got it over here on the shelf actually, and it's a lot bigger. So, I mean, if you're trying to look like you got a massive setup, yeah, that's great. But this one definitely gets the job done. And just little secret, I don't really use it for what it's mostly used for. I use it to impress clients. Like sometimes I've shown up to sites and I got my mirrorless cameras and they're like, that's it kind of thing. So just to kind of make it beefier, make it look like a big rig kind of thing, I add this on top. So I know there's other filmmakers out there that do the same thing, but I also like the fact that you can put ND filters, like twist-on ND filters, circle ones, with this matte box too. So there's compatibility with that as well. Smallrig thinks about the small things. And what I mean by that is like they include magnetic tools that attach to the cage, whether it's a screwdriver or an Allen wrench. You got all that kind of stuff that you need on the rig itself. You don't have to hunt down, unless you lose it, don't lose it. You don't have to hunt down all those little tools to try to get the thing disassembled or tighten up or make any kind of adjustments. So that's really cool to me. Let's talk about this rotating handle. It's super cool. It's probably my favorite, if not the best handle that I've used. I love the fact that you can just press this little button on the side where your thumb goes or finger, however you'd like to hold it. All you gotta do is press it down and rotate it. Rotating handle. So it's a really cool product. I've really enjoyed using it since I've had it. I've really become a fan of the Nato rail system. It's really easy to use and there's a ton of different accessories that you can get for it. So if I didn't want to use this particular handle for whatever situation, there's a lot of different attachments and accessories that you can get, whether it's an extension arm or whatever. You can use those Nato rails. Actually, I wish that the cage just had it built in without having to put another adapter onto it, but it still gets the job done. All right, so as much as I like this, there's one factor that I just don't like about it. And that is the fact that the top covers up the holes to mount the XLR handle that the FX3 comes with. I like to use that handle as much as I can, but I can't use it with this particular cage. So if that is a deal breaker for you, there are other options that you can get. There's a half cage, there's other kind of cage kind of systems that you could put with this that even Smallrig makes. So links to all that kind of stuff in the description. Just in case, I just want to give you that heads up. If you expect to use the FX3's handle with a cage, this cage is not going to get that job done. So just keep that in mind. The thing I love about cinematography and building out camera rigs is that there's so many different combinations. This has been one of my favorite combinations out of all the different pieces that I've been able to collect over the last few years. What does your rig look like, or is there a rig system that you're looking for? If there's any questions I can answer, leave that question down in the comments and I'll try to answer that to the best of my abilities. If you have suggestions about any kind of rigs that you're looking for, let me know. I'm curious to see what that's like. Upload your camera rig photos to Twitter or Instagram, tag me, and all my social links are down below in the video description so that way you can follow me and tag me and all that kind of stuff. And I'm looking forward to see what your rig looks like too. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more videos from me. And until then, stay techy. Such a typical photographer getting in my shot.